I used to have a major problem with people calling movies shows. Did you see Rocky? That's a good show. It's not.
Well, that's why they say it's showtime. And now, sit back and enjoy the show. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's
No,
all
you're going
go
to use
the
this as a cold open. I'm not going to
and
participate.
have ourselves a
I'm
snack.
not participating. I'm not going to participate in it.
Right there is the cold open.
And there is no reason on earth why Prince Charming cannot walk through our front door. Hello.
Welcome to Irritable Dad Syndrome. If this podcast lasts for more than 2 hours, please call your doctor. Here are your hosts, Mike and Darin.
Hey, I'm Darin.
I am Mike.
Welcome to Irritable Dad Syndrome, everybody. This is episode 128.
We are your favorite comedy podcast.
Oh, yeah.
We
absolutely.
say funny things.
Yes, we do. Every single time. Yeah. Debatable.
Okay.
On this week's show, there was a case of mistaken identity that involved me at my favorite Kroger store.
Okay.
Yeah.
I finally watched a movie with my younger son who's been begging to watch this movie with me. I finally relented, and I want to talk about that.
Okay.
I don't know that it was appropriate. We'll get into that.
We never get into politics, religion, or sports, but this week we're going to talk about
All three.
Well, some people talk football like it's their religion.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to talk about the game between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, I actually
And by
want
the
to talk
time
about-
people listen to it,
Yeah. I actually watched.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I want to hit something right out of the gate here. I want to talk about my health
Yeah.
and its effect on the show.
Okay.
So listeners know, I was thinking about it today. A lot of my health things have shown up on the show. We had a 3-parter on my colonoscopy.
Yeah.
We talked about my hernia operation.
Yeah.
We spent quite a bit too much time in the bathroom with Mike
Yes,
right
we
after
did.
Christmas.
Yes.
And then I just recently got over the funk.
Mm-hmm.
And to get me over the funk, the doctor prescribed me with antibiotics that would kill a horse.
Yeah.
If I had horses in my veins, they would be gone.
Yes.
Coupled with steroids. I don't like steroids.
Did they give you the
Prednisone.
Z-Pack?
No, it was just a bottle of these damn things.
Okay.
You take 6 of them, then you take 5, then you
Yeah.
take 4 and 3.
I've
and
done
2 and
that,
1.
yeah.
So you have to taper yourself off so you don't have a heart attack or
Right.
yourself or whatever
You
happens.
don't want to get hooked on the steroids.
You don't want to. Your body, it keys you up and then it has to let you down softly.
Yeah.
I'm not a
that's what
doctor.
Roberta Flack said.
I'm not a doctor, nor
No.
can I spell it.
Right.
The point is, last episode,
Yeah.
I had just taken the first day you take
Yeah.
the maximum dose.
Yeah.
I had taken that around lunchtime.
Yeah.
Around about the time you showed your face up
Yeah.
in here to do this podcast,
Yeah.
them things were kicking on.
You were jacked up on steroids.
What cracked me up, and Bess and I, because we listened to it,
Yeah. Which is
is
rare.
you can hear
Yeah.
through the course of the podcast the drugs taking hold.
Yeah.
You can literally, because I'm almost normal at the beginning.
Yeah.
And then you can hear me getting itchier and itchier. And then hippos
Yeah,
and the Bud Light.
I brought up alligators and crocodiles are the
Yeah.
same thing, and I stand by that.
Uh-huh.
And then you went off on a tear about hippos, Bud Light,
Yeah.
whatever. I
I don't know,
yeah,
whatever else.
Yeah.
The point is, though, I am now on the other end of that. It's
Yeah.
been a week.
Yeah.
I just took the last dose of one of those little pills
You
today.
took control of the steroids before the steroids took control of
Right.
you.
So now
Thank you.
I am low. And to quote myself about 15 minutes before you show up,
Uh-huh.
I looked at Bess and I said, I don't want to do this podcast tonight.
Okay. Okay. Good.
I just want to
Nice.
grind. I just want to grind my camos,
Grind your camos
and fall asleep. I am so tired.
with a
I'm
bowl
so,
of chunky monkey ice cream.
I'm so low key, but I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm going to tell you why.
Why?
Because I love doing this podcast.
Yeah.
And I'm excited about having episode 127 with me at the height of my Jesse Pinkmanish.
Yes, science.
If I can
not a
pull
word.
off a show like this, I can do any show anytime.
Yeah.
I won't be worried about being able to, as they say, hold my own.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy that you're feeling better.
If this show
that you're off the roids.
If this show is successful, if this show doesn't sink the podcast,
Mm-hmm.
if we don't end this show with you throwing the microphone and saying, you know what, Mike, you can take this podcast and you can shove it sideways in your...
Yeah.
If we go up in our download numbers, I may consider
For the download.
eventually getting on stage and doing an open mic night type thing.
Okay.
Because then I'll have the confidence.
Yeah.
If I can get through this show right now,
Yeah.
I can do anything.
I'll go see you do that.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Well, I need somebody to laugh.
Yeah. I didn't say I would laugh, but I will definitely go.
This portion of Irritable Dad Syndrome is brought to you by Boston Baked Beans Candy-Covered Peanuts. Hey, it's your old buddy Dave again. And I know what you're thinking. Why in the hell would anyone make a candy that looks like baked beans? I don't have a clue. But I do know one thing. They are delicious. I mean yummy. I mean, they're delectable. Their flavor is favorable to my taste buds. Boston Baked Beans Candy-Covered Peanuts. Buy a box today. Now back to you guys in the studio.
Sad news happened to the land of Hollywood. Cindy Williams, Shirley of Laverne and Shirley passed away.
Yeah.
And, we've had a few celebrity deaths this year already. I don't know if we've had more than we normally do. But this one hit me hard because I absolutely loved watching Laverne and Shirley growing up.
I can't think of a single American on the planet that didn't like Laverne and Shirley.
I don't either. Yeah. I mean, those two, they did so much physical comedy. Mm-hmm. And I believe they won an award. What's her face? Laverne. Penny Marshall. Penny Marshall said that they received an award from the Stuntman Association of America because they did all their physical comedy. There's that scene where they're both hung on a hook and they try to go this way to get to the door, then they try to go this way to get to the chair to open the window. Hysterical every single time. And I thought they were like the most unlikely to be like mega TV stars.
Yeah.
But my God, those two together were absolutely hysterical.
Do you have any idea what potato salad looks like after it sits out all night? Hello!
And, and then you throw in Lenny and Squiggy. My God, the absolute most perfect sidekicks of any TV show. And they were a spinoff of Happy Days.
Yeah.
Okay, so Happy Days is a great show, but I think Laverne and Shirley was way funnier, so much better.
I never got Happy Days.
Yeah.
I never.
Hey!
I never cared about that.
But it was very sad, and I hated to see that Cindy Williams passed away. And I imagine that she has now reunited with Laverne, and they put the glove on the bottle and that assembly line, and they're waiting for the glove to come back. So to all the fans of Cindy Williams, it was just crushing, and I hate that she's gone. And
what else did she do anything else other than Laverne?
She was in American Graffiti.
Okay.
The George Lucas movie.
Yeah.
And she was in that with Ron Howard.
Okay.
And then she was also in The Conversation, which was a Francis Ford Coppola movie.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So those are the two big things she did before Laverne and Shirley. After that, she did a lot of guest appearances. I mean, I don't remember her having any big starring roles. Crazy thing was, we live in Cincinnati.
Indeed.
She was literally in Cincinnati 2 weeks ago.
Oh, wow.
She came to like the Cavalcade of Customs, which is one of the things where they bring in, former TV stars.
Yeah.
And you can pay $150 for an autograph, that type of thing. But she was just here. And I didn't know she was here. I would have went.
Okay.
And I was like, damn it, I had a chance to meet Shirley.
Yeah.
So.
Was that Philadelphia they were in? Milwaukee.
Okay. Yeah. And when Adam Need was on the show, we used that cold open with him doing the 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yes, we did.
And it's like, we just not so far in the past used the Laverne and Shirley theme song.
We did. Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Schlemiel, Schlemassel, Haas and Pfeffer Incorporated.
We're gonna do it. Give us any chance, we'll take it. Resist any rule, we'll break it.
I'm really excited about this next topic. I've got a lot to say about this.
Oh, good. I saw a commercial for Cottonelle toilet paper for when you need care down there.
Hello.
Where else are you putting the toilet paper? Right? Now, I know some people blow their nose with it.
I will adjust, I will evacuate my nose with the toilet paper. Yeah. So the difficulty with Cottonelle is it's practically a paper towel. It's thick.
Yeah.
You've got to be careful. You've got to show care down there.
Thick with 2 C's?
Indeed. You got to be careful. you can't wipe too much.
Right.
You're going to back up your system. You're
Right.
going to flush, and the water's supposed to go down. It's going to come back up. It's going to clog.
Yeah.
I build a bird's nest when I'm wiping. I use so much paper. I make sure
You and
There's
my
nothing there.
kids.
there's nothing there anymore.
Uh-huh.
But I'm always ready.
Uh-huh.
The plunger that you've seen in the Bono bathroom,
Uh-huh.
that gets a lot of use.
Yeah.
Nearly every time I go to the bathroom, unless I'm peeing,
Okay.
I'm using the plunger.
I'm regretting this already.
Here's the deal. The cool thing about now, I don't want to talk about the care down there. I
Okay.
want to talk about the care up here.
Uh-huh.
When I'm using Cottonelle, if I'm blowing my nose,
Yeah.
it's perfect.
Yeah.
Because if you're blowing your nose with like Scott tissue or some thinner brand,
It's like sandpaper.
you could not that you blow a snot right through it. Scott tissue,
Yeah.
you blow your nose. Now you're picking up stuff off the
Yeah,
ground
you
and
can
off the wall.
almost see through Scott tissue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Cottonelle will catch it,
Uh-huh.
but when you
yeah.
have to go recon,
Yeah.
and you get the whatever's left in there,
Mhm.
Cottonelle is so thick sometimes it's hard to get way up in there in the nooks and crannies
Hey, what happened?
to get the really,
Yeah.
you know,
Get the gnarly
it's,
bits.
when it's dry in your house. And don't act like you don't know what I'm talking about. When you've got the heater on,
You pull out the Sharpie.
yeah, you got to shut. Like you're
Yeah.
careful. Like you could, like
Yeah.
you have the snotties that could
Sometimes
stab
you
you.
get one out that looks like a continent.
Yeah. You gotta.
Am I right?
You gotta get in there. You need some dexterity to be able to grip them and pull them down.
Uh-huh.
And you can't do that with a Cottonelle.
You ever have to, with like the one hand on the outside of the nose,
Yeah.
put pressure against it so that it doesn't keep going back in?
Yeah.
So you're like trying to, yeah.
It's like eating soup with a towel in your hand. You can't do it.
What
You just can't do it
the hell
effectively.
does that mean? My thing is, I wish that I had been
Yeah.
at the Cottonelle meeting when they're like going through their advertising budget.
They're
like,
the ones with the bears, right?
or
is that Charmin?
I think that's Charmin. That is
Okay.
Charmin. But so they're Cottonelle. They've got a meeting and they're like, guys, we're working on our new ad campaign. Trevor, what do you have? What if we focused on how you can wipe your butt with our product? Oh, I never thought about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Well, now we can't just say Cottonelle for wiping your butt.
Yeah.
There's got to be a graceful way, a way to say it with some fluma. And like, for care down there? Oh, for care everywhere. No. I think we're good with care down there.
Yeah.
Teresa, write this down.
Yeah, I think
They launched into, that's like saying,
wipe your ass with sass.
yeah. No, remember when we did the duh? And I said, I found the loaf of bread that said great for sandwiches?
Yeah.
Cottonelle, perfect for wiping your ass.
Perfect for your ass.
Well, yeah, of course it is.
Yeah.
Like, someone's going to be going down aisle 10 looking for, I can't decide.
So picture this.
It's
Picture
like,
this.
I can't decide which toilet paper should I use. Should I get the one with the bear or the one that gives me care down there?
A dad
Uh-huh.
is sitting in his kitchen.
Yeah.
Somebody else, I don't know, like one of the kids or somebody is making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
And
I love those, by the way.
somebody else says, boy, that goes together just like, and the camera starts to zoom in on the peanut butter and jelly.
Uh-huh.
And the dad says, like Cottonelle in your ass.
Yeah.
That's a good commercial. It's got everything.
Yeah.
It's got a twist. It's got
does.
something a dad would clearly say.
Yeah.
Find me a dad that wouldn't say that if it came to him. I'll show you a liar. They would say it immediately.
So, Cottonelle, way to go.
Yeah,
They'll never be a sponsor on this podcast.
Yeah.
They're right up there with Bud Light. But yeah, congratulations on marketing your product for wiping people's butt.
It's now time for Arts and Crafts with Dave. Here's a fun project you can do with just 3 coins. Lay a quarter on the table. This is the face. Now add 2 dimes for ears and boom, it looks just like Mickey Mouse. This has been Arts and Crafts with Dave. It's time now for the Kroger Story of the Week.
I don't remember where I was. I may have been in Kroger because outside of work and this house, if you're looking for me, I'm going to be at Kroger.
Yeah.
Regardless, I'm walking by and 2 people are in some kind of argument. I couldn't hear what they were saying, but you could hear the rhythm
Yeah.
of the.
Was it? So was it?
it?
So it was Charlie Brown's teacher.
Yeah. And they're going back and forth. And then all of a sudden one of them went like, and this one said, don't worry about it. And it went right through me.
Okay.
I can't stand it when somebody says, don't worry about it.
Right.
If I'm asking you a question, if I'm concerned about something, why do you have that knife? Don't worry about it. Where are you going with that gun? Don't worry about it. What do you mean don't worry about it? I'm just asking. I'm not worried about it. Asking it's conversational. You're doing something weird.
I hear you.
You're doing something odd. Don't tell me don't worry about it. I'm not worried about it. Now I'm getting pissed about it.
Right.
I'm getting pissed about the way you're acting about it.
I'm curious. That doesn't mean you're worried.
Tell me what it is.
Right.
I'm starting to get worried about it.
Yeah.
Because for some reason, you still haven't told me why you're doing that.
Right.
So I got pissed at that side of the conversation, and I wasn't even in. I wasn't even in the conversation.
Don't even know the guy.
Don't even know him.
Yeah.
That was day 3 of the roids.
But no, I totally understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like I never said I was worried.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
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 And then you say, don't worry about it. Like, who are you to tell me what I worry about and what I don't worry about? You can't tell me not to worry about it. If I want to worry about it, I will, God.
Yeah. Where are you going with my kid? Don't worry about it.
now that.
Yeah. See?
Yeah.
Okay.
What are you putting the Cottonelle down there for, buddy?
Don't worry about it. There's another ad campaign. Cottonelle, don't worry about it.
Wipe, don't wipe.
Wipe, don't wipe.
We don't care. It's 2023.
Cottonelle's so thick, you don't have to wipe. You can just put a bunch of it down there in your underwear. Keep all your bits together.
Back to Cottonelle. The commercial for care down there. There's a couple sitting there looking at each other. I'm like, what are you going to do? Show her your I mean, you know,
that's the title.
They're looking at you like, oh yeah,
That's the title of my biopic. What are you gonna do? Show her your.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Speaking of Kroger, I went to Kroger over the weekend, and I'm surprised I never run into you at this Kroger.
I have been thinking about that. How do we not run into each other?
I don't know.
You go to the fancy one down here, right?
I go to the fancy schmancy one, because I'm loaded. Yeah. And I'm better than other people. Yeah. So that's why I go to the fancy Kroger. Yeah. I'm walking through Kroger and I'm standing in the produce department and I am wearing a hoodie sweatshirt. I'm wearing a Weird Al Yankovic t-shirt. Yeah. And I'm wearing this Hard Rock Cafe Cincinnati hat. And jeans. Yeah. Okay. In case you're wondering what I was. That's my wardrobe.
I was concerned.
I'm standing there and Libby is going to make a chicken dish that requires some unfamiliar ingredients. Okay. One of them was artichoke hearts. So I'm in the produce department, and I am looking feverishly for artichoke hearts. I've never seen an artichoke heart. I don't know what they cost. I know nothing about it. I asked one person who told me to ask another person. I went and asked that person, and he had me ask the first lady who I had talked to previously about celery.
I
was
looking for some celery. You got one of those things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I talked to him, who sent me to Larry or whoever, who sent me to what's her? I'm gonna
Harriet.
I'm gonna call her Amanda.
Okay.
Okay. And I went back to Amanda and I said, you know, I know you weren't able to help me with the celery, but do you have artichoke hearts? And she goes, let me look. So she goes and she's looking for them to see if they've been moved, if they're sold out, whatever. While she's doing this, this woman walks right up to me holding 3 carrots, 3 giant Bugs Bunny looking carrots with the green stalk that hang. And she walks up holding these carrots. And she
say, what the?
And she walks up, she goes, oh, is it okay. She says, I'm sorry, I thought you worked here. I need to know how much these carrots are. Why would you think I work here?
Say, lady, if you got to ask how much those carrots are, you can't afford them.
Yeah. And she's an Indian lady. She's nice. Okay. Short. She just held out the carrots like, I need the price on these. The look of concern on her face was just daunting. And I told her, I said, I'm sorry, I can't help you.
Yeah, I don't know the price of the carrots.
So she thought that I worked there.
Yeah.
And whatever. And that was funny. And I walked away thinking, okay, I've got my Kroger story of the week. And I go and I get my bread and I do a couple other things.
Yeah.
And I'm about halfway through the store when I run into this lady again.
This carrot lady.
The carrot lady.
Okay.
And now she's got her grocery cart next to the bottled water. And she said, she just looks at me. She goes, I need your help. Just Superman. I need your help. Help me, Obi-Wan. You're my only hope. Yeah. Help me. I need your help. And I said, what can I do to help you? She says, I can't lift these bottles of water and put them in my cart. I grabbed the bottles of water.
Yeah.
I put them in the cart for her. And she says, thank you. God bless you.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's sweet. That was really, really sweet. But I was just like, I need your help. Okay. All right.
Have you ever had anybody ask you if something's any good in Kroger?
Yeah.
Like you're putting something in your cart and you're like, is that any good?
Yes. Yes,
You're like,
I have.
no, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
I'm buying it so nobody else can buy it.
No, I bought one. I can't remember what it was, but I bought something, and this lady asked me if it was good. I said, yeah, my kids, they devour this. Oh, really? Oh. And so she's like, well, I'm going to try that. And so she bought
I've
and I
never
can't remember
thought
what it was.
about buying things my family would like.
So
That's crazy. Yeah.
anyway, I got all the stuff. This was the day that the Bengals were playing the Kansas City Chiefs.
Okay.
There's a gazillion and 7 people in the store.
Okay.
And I have said it before and I'll say it again. I'm not a Bengal fan.
Yeah.
Okay. 90% easy.
I am a Bengal fan.
Yeah. 90% of the people in the store were wearing their orange and black. Yeah. Their jerseys, their T-shirts, their all that stuff.
That's why we have the orange here because of the game.
Yeah. The Bengal hats.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this must be what it feels like to be Jewish at Christmas time.
Okay.
We
just went straight into religion land.
And
I get it. Yeah.
But no, and everyone's like, hey, when we get to the Super Bowl, I must have heard 20 people say when we go to the Super Bowl.
We aren't
God
going
love them.
anywhere.
Yeah, they're not going to the Super Bowl. They didn't win the game. All these Bengal fans, and I'm just trying to get around them. I'm standing in line. I'm waiting to buy my food. And this lady in front of me, she's super nice. She looks at me and she says, you've got to get your groceries now, before the game starts. And I said, yeah, you do. And I don't have the heart to tell her I'm not a Bengal fan.
Yeah.
And then she starts talking, and she says, look, that aisle's open, 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 that aisle's open. And I'm like, if you go to Walmart right now, there's one aisle open. Yeah. And then her husband said, really? I was like, well, I wasn't just at Walmart, but every time I am at Walmart, there's one register open. He goes, oh, yeah. And then he realizes this guy's telling a joke, right? And so then this lady starts talking to me about how she only can eat the organic eggs and something else. And anybody else would have said, do I look like I want to have this conversation?
Yeah.
But I don't care. And I'm just like, because people are attracted to having conversations with me. Yeah. Anyway, she goes through all the things about the organic eggs and this and something else and the cereal that has the riboflavin in it.
Yeah, you need the riboflavin.
Yeah. And finally, she checks out everything, and her husband goes, well, enjoy the game. I said, yeah, you too.
You didn't hear a word you said about not caring about anything at the game.
He just enjoy the game. And so... and then I get up there and the cashier's like, hey, did you find everything? I said, yeah. And then I looked at her. I said, I didn't have the heart to tell them that I'm not a Bengal fan. And she goes, what? I said, yeah, I like the Steelers. And she leans over. She goes, I won't tell anybody if you don't. I'm like, okay, good. So we were on the same page. Yeah.
So what struck me about that whole thing you just went through is how they didn't hear a word you said. That entire conversation, they gained no information from you at all.
Right.
You told them you weren't a fan.
No, I never told them that I wasn't a Bengal fan.
So they just assumed you were watching the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm wearing a Weird Al Yankovic t-shirt.
Yeah.
I have nothing on even that has anything orange in it.
That's like anti-football. That would be like if you were at a stadium and you were wearing a Weird Al shirt, it'd be like camouflage. They wouldn't be able to see you.
They're like, do you realize you're at a football game, sir? Yeah, wearing a Weird Al shirt, nothing,
So we have...
But she just assumed that I was there to support the Bengals.
This has been the Kroger Story of the Week.
So I had questions about the game.
Okay.
Did you watch the game?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah. It was a house divided.
Yeah, you seem to know things. Like you are aware of things that happen in the world around us.
Some things.
Like not everything. I affectionately call you the boomer.
Yeah.
Because sometimes there's be something you're not aware of. But
3 years older than you. Yeah.
In general,
Yeah.
In general,
5. I'm 5 years older than you.
in general, things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I saw all kinds of memes
Mm-hmm.
onto Facebook
Yeah.
after the game
Yes.
and the day following the game,
Mm-hmm.
just tearing into Mahomes and just like nasty and not my quarterback and not in hashtag F Mahomes and never again. And okay, so we watched the game. Walk with me here.
Right.
We watched the game.
Right.
I didn't like how it turned out, but we watched it. It was there.
Yeah.
But then when the game was over,
Mhm.
I'm not a guy that likes to watch the players come off the field.
Right.
And how was it playing the game? Yeah, well, I threw the ball, and then the guy caught the ball, and when he caught the ball, he was in the place where you get points for catching the ball there, and that's just how we won the game. And then,
There's that Brian Regan routine. It's like, hey guys, that other team, they're giving us a lot of credit.
So I don't watch that stuff. So we turned it off.
Yeah.
Did he murder someone
No.
on the field
No, he did
in the
not.
middle?
No.
Did he get on camera and take a microphone and start telling off-color and horrible jokes
No.
about the Bengals and about Cincinnati?
No, Mahomes did not.
Did he get canceled? Did he just go on a Twitter tirade and have Elon Musk shut him down for
Not
just
that I'm aware of.
horrifying and
Yeah.
awful?
No.
So why
Mahomes got on there.
why?
He thanked his team. He
Okay.
says, I told them that this is going to be the team that wins this game. It's not
Okay.
going to be one person. It's going to be the team. We came
Yeah.
at it as a team. We won it as a team.
Yeah.
And I like Patrick Mahomes.
I do too.
I've always liked Patrick.
I like his hair.
The only time I didn't, and I didn't even dislike him, but the last time my Pittsburgh Steelers played with Ben Roethlisberger was against Mahomes, and they just killed the Steelers.
So-
and I wanted so bad for Big Ben to throw one last touchdown, but they just didn't allow it. And
So I like Mahomes. I like watching him play. I like how he just will more often than not just say, screw it, I'm running. I'm
running.
going to run the entire field.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like how he had like some surgical throws, like
yes,
boom, like smacking the dudes,
They
like
through the needle.
through the needle.
Through the needle is how they like to say it.
I really dig his hair.
Yeah.
I think that's my favorite thing
Yeah,
about
yeah.
him. And I don't like the turtlenecks. He needs to drop the turtle. He was wearing a turtleneck thing.
During the game?
During the game,
It's 6 degrees.
just drop the turtleneck.
Okay.
Drop
Yeah,
it.
It's cold.
Just I don't care.
Yeah. Okay. All
Drop
right.
the turtleneck.
Yeah.
Put on the scarf.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
if it goes with the rest of the uniform. But
Wear
this
a
turtleneck,
scarf with your jersey.
I've seen him on normal commercials, like they're selling toothpaste or the care down there.
He's got,
and he's got
he does the
he's got a
Cottonelle,
turtleneck.
the
He's
Bud
got
Light
it like
commercials.
he's got the Steve Jobs turtleneck thing
Yeah.
going. I'm like, dude, you got to stop with the turtleneck.
Yeah.
Matthew McConaughey could walk in with a turtleneck, and I'd be like, man, get out of my house.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But Mahomes was amazing, and he had a bad ankle, and he was
doing that.
He still played with the bad ankle, and you
Yeah.
could tell he was hobbling off the field.
Yeah.
Then that last play, he runs.
Yeah.
Right. He has no business running,
No.
but he runs.
Yeah.
And then I don't remember the Bengal player's name.
58.
Who pushed him?
See,
Okay.
to me, I get that. Here's the thing. That's like the big controversy.
Yeah. Well,
To
you can't
me,
do that.
You can't do that.
Right.
To me, it looked like, you see him push him.
Right.
I got the impression that he just had so much momentum going, he could not stop him. So I don't think he meant to
I
hurt
agree
him.
with you
Yeah.
1,000%. You can't just stop.
Especially,
But
I can't. I'm not that big,
Right.
and I can't.
But I think the thing was he's running at him, and then the arms come out.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and that put them in field goal range, and
Yeah.
they won the game.
Yeah.
Rightfully so. Now, this is...
Now, was that the one where they got to repeat the down?
No, that was because the
The ref, nobody could hear the
the
ref.
ref blew the whistle.
Now, see, that was
Yeah. They didn't advance any yards on that play, did they?
no. They lost a down. They were going to have to punt or something, and then they got to replay that. And then I think they didn't. When they replayed it, they didn't gain. I thought they did.
I don't remember enough about it. I'm not qualified to discuss. I'm no Bob Costas.
I remember thinking, this is a game changer. But I'm not a big football guy.
Yeah.
And I am a fair weather fan, and I don't give a I'm too old. I'm 47 years old. It's too late for me to become a fan of anything and stick with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was a big Bengals fan when they were at the Super Bowl. I was a big fan with the Kansas City Chiefs when they were at the Super Bowl because Andrew was such a fan of them. I'm like, Mahomes.
Yeah.
Now it's going to be what the Philadelphia Eagles
Yes.
and the Los Angeles Rams.
No, and the Kansas City Chiefs.
Kansas City Chiefs. We were just talking.
We're literally.
But see, now
Bess, will you get Mike some steroids?
But I'm going to be cheering for Mahomes, and that's what I'm saying.
too.
I'm seeing a lot of people against Mahomes.
Yes.
And they're going to be going for the Eagles, and I'm like, why?
Yeah.
The only thing that happened was the Cincinnati mayor. What?
Hey, what happened?
I mean,
Yeah.
was he trying to be funny?
Apparently. Yeah.
My God.
The tweet was that the DNA results came in and that Burrow was Mahomes' daddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should book him on this show. He could really up our funny. He could.
He just might come on. I think he's going to go on his apology tour. Yeah. I'll give him a call.
I'll send the office a note. Hey, you want to come tell your joke on our show? We could really use a boost.
F-Tab Purevol.
I
right
did
here on
because
our
I saw
Irritable Dad Syndrome.
I saw the video of him saying it, and I swear it was like, wait, was that? He had to have been trying to be funny.
Waka waka waka.
But
Well,
it wasn't funny.
It was the I can't remember which one was it. Was it Kelsey, the Kansas City Chief, who said to keep your mouth, to shut your damn mouth or something?
Yeah.
Which was an old Rock saying from Dwayne the Rock Johnson from his wrestling days.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
he's in the movie pictures now.
yes, those are talkies.
He's-
But I saw somebody, a Bengal fan, talking about how disrespectful that was of the Chiefs to do that. Like, guys, you're the one who for the past 2 weeks have been talking about going to Burrowhead Stadium, changing the name of which.
Well, Andrew was trying to explain to me and Bess like what all the thing was. He was saying, Burrowhead Stadium and this, and I'm like, that sounds like back when I was a kid. Like, well, I'll just say it now. When I'm talking to people, that's like it's lame. It would be lame then. I would be like, dude, really? Ooh, Burrowhead Stadium. Okay, butt sniff.
I'm trembling.
Ooh,
okay, guys. There's they've changed the name of our stadium, and I don't know what to do. Yeah,
okay, farty pants. Like it's
farty McFarty pants.
Big farty pants.
Yeah.
It's just I wouldn't get offended, but I would just laugh at it like Burrowhead. I would probably make a T-shirt, Burrowhead Stadium. That's funny.
And once again, Joe Burrow, I like Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Okay, Joe Burrow is an extremely talented quarterback.
Yeah. He's very good at looking disinterested
That's
and not
true.
And I like
a million
that.
people have said it. He looks just like Macaulay Culkin, and that's true.
He does.
He shows up to these games, and I told you last year at the Super Bowl, I tried. I really tried. Libby and Cameron could give a crap.
Yeah.
Okay, Cameron wasn't watching the Super Bowl. He's not into it. He doesn't care. Jacob and Libby both have said that since the Steelers aren't in the game, let's root for the home team. Let's root for the Bengals. And they're like, why can't you do that, Dad? And I just can't. After all these years of being a Steeler fan, I just can't do it.
Yeah.
And then I said, I'll try. And I said, I will give it my try. And then Joe Burrow walks out dressed like he's a member of the Digital Underground with that zebra suit and the hat, like he's like a pimp.
All right, stop what you're doing, because I'm about to ruin the image and the style that you're used to. I look funny.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm like, and then I can't do it. I can't do it. And so when I see a quarterback, what I envision is I think Peyton Manning is my favorite quarterback of all time.
Okay.
Peyton Manning always looked just damn sharp. Suit, everything. Peyton Manning, someone would have to remind me if there was any mistakes that he made. In his career, I know he had a Super Bowl that they got beat 47-3.
I'm a Joe Montana guy.
Joe Montana was badass.
Yeah.
Okay, absolutely, just a badass.
I thought he was
very
Bo
distinguished.
Duke, or is it Bo or Luke? Which one?
He was Luke Duke.
Luke
Joe
Duke.
Montana played Luke Duke.
Yeah,
on the Dukes
okay.
of Hazzard. At this game, Joe Burrow comes out wearing a pink jacket, pink pants, and a Care Bear, a teddy bear shirt that says "I'm sorry."
Why he was sorry?
Yeah,
He's
but
sorry.
dude, just look like a quarterback.
Don't now you're sounding like Grandpa. Put on your slacks the right way.
Pull your pants
pull
up.
your suspenders on and get out there and I get what you're saying. I'd like that he does.
I have
it's
a hard
like got
time.
a Kid Rockish Eminem type.
I have a hard time
to it,
taking the guy seriously when he wears a Care Bear T-shirt. When he's
I think he wants you to take him seriously.
well, he doesn't care. Wait,
No.
wait, what? Darren Cox doesn't have a favorable opinion of me. The thing that bothers me the most about him is how damn good he is.
Yeah.
He is
pretty
so
good. He's
and that's
pretty good.
another thing about football that pisses me off. When someone talks about the competing team, oh, they suck.
They don't suck.
No, they don't suck.
Yeah.
And I never said that Tom Brady and the Patriots suck, but I don't like Tom Brady.
Yeah.
And I never liked the New England Patriots, but I never said that they sucked. I always hated when my Steelers played the Baltimore Ravens, and I never said the Ravens sucked because the Ravens were pretty good most of the time that we played them. So it's like, the Browns, they suck.
Yeah.
Sorry to all you Cleveland Brown fans. And that's Football Chat with Derek and Mike.
I did feel bad for the ref. He knew what he was doing, and you saw the camera zoom in, and he was about to tell everyone they had to replay that down.
Yeah.
He knew everything was just going to come crashing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you could, if there was a microphone hanging over Cincinnati, maybe about a mile up, it would have heard a collective, "What the?"
Boyd, get your head out of your.
I am so glad I was not in a bar in Cincinnati when that happened.
Yeah,
somebody.
I hear you.
There was probably a scream, a shot glass fell.
Yep.
And maybe I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I do not know.
Hey, what happened?
Well, and then there was a guy, and I wish to God I could remember who it was, but there was an analyst that I saw on the TikTok today talking about, people who blamed the ref. He's like, it wasn't the ref's fault that they sacked Burrow 5 times. It wasn't the ref's fault that he threw 2 interceptions. Yeah. It wasn't the ref's fault that somebody pushed Mahomes after he was out of scrimmage, he was out of the H.
Yeah.
He kicked the ball through the big H. Yeah. So none of that was the ref's fault.
Yeah.
The fact that they got within field goal range was not the ref's fault.
So I want to talk a bit about the Burrow thing because I don't know much about football. I shouldn't say that. I know things about football, but I'm not a football. I don't watch it all the time.
Right.
But I kept watching him get sacked over and over. And then they did like a timeout or something, and they came back out, and one of the announcers said something about they've been retooling what they're doing, and the next play they cracks me up.
Yeah.
The only difference was there's 2 dudes back there with Burrow, and I'm like, really? Yeah. The 2 dude, like that. Okay, all the science. Yeah. This is 2023. Yeah. Football's been around for what 3,000 years.
Yeah.
And that's what you've come up with. It's like, hey, he keeps getting attacked by somebody from either side.
Yeah.
Why don't we put a dude out there on either side?
I never thought about
to
that.
stop the other dudes coming around.
Yeah. And he still got sacked.
He did. The one he just went down. I don't know. I don't remember. I don't know if it was sack 5 or 15 or whichever one. Yeah. He just saw him coming and he just he just went down.
I mean, he can take them.
Yeah,
he can take the sacks.
But why wouldn't he just? Aren't they supposed to throw it away?
Not if they don't see the sack coming from the side.
Yeah. I could have sworn he saw at least one of them and he just buckled.
But yeah,
I would if a football guy. I don't even know enough to say what position. A football guy.
Anybody.
I'm
going to call it a player.
Yeah. If anybody is running at me to knock me down, I'm not going to think.
I would get sacked once. And then 2 weeks later, Liv would be like, honey, Jacob's here to see you. Jacob and Cameron here. And if we can get your mouth open, we're going to put some pudding in your mouth. Yeah.
Yeah. But I like orange.
Okay.
I think that's the main reason I'm a Bengals fan. I'm not.
You like orange.
I like orange.
Okay.
They've got a good orange.
Yeah.
They've got a good one.
Well, they were wearing their white and their black striped
That's
uniforms.
why they lost.
I don't like.
That's why they lost.
I mean, again, I'm not a Bengal fan, but guys, I don't like the white uniforms. You're a Bengal tiger.
Bengal tiger.
Bengal tigers are black and orange, or orange
right.
and black.
If you're white and black, you are one of two things. You're a zebra.
Exactly. It's like, wait, guys, the albino tigers are here.
Or the Siberian. Is there a Siberian
I think
tiger?
so, yeah.
Are they white? That sounds terrifying, actually, now that I say it. A Siberian tiger. You're in Russia. You're in Siberia.
Yeah.
You're in Russia's already scary.
Right.
You're in the scary part.
Right.
And now there's a freaking tiger out there.
Yeah.
That's colored the same as the snow.
As the snow, yeah.
This is your announcer Dave Lay with an important announcement. There's never a good time to buy your child a kazoo. I don't care how many times they ask. Just don't do it. You'll thank me. This has been an important announcement.
Hello.
Are you a bigger fan of barbecue sandwiches or the Philadelphia cheesesteak
Oh,
sandwiches?
cheesesteak. Barbecue pisses me off.
Why?
It does.
All
it
right.
just does.
Why?
It's messy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
When we were in St. Louis,
Mhm.
oh my God, the barbecue in St. Louis.
Is that their thing? Is it St. Louis?
The St. Louis barbecue was unbelievable. So good. But I'm also a big fan of the Philly cheesesteak sandwiches too. So,
Yeah.
Torn, where's the Super Bowl
So
this
you call
year?
it Philly cheesesteak sandwich. You don't just call it a Philly cheesesteak.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
A Philly cheesesteak?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I
when
thought
you
I was
go-
going to have to come up over this table.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
like you could do that with your
We ate. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't even get out of this chair. When I was at Philly,
Mhm.
the reason we were there, we haven't mentioned U2 in a while, was to see a U2 show. We at the Elevation tour,
Yeah.
with Beautiful Day and all that. All that you
Nice.
can't leave behind. That
Right.
tour we saw in Philly. We were visiting my friends Kevin and Jessica, and they took us to. There's two cheesesteak places that are
Uh-huh.
like across the street from each other, and
Okay.
they're in competition.
Oh, okay.
And it's like the cheesesteak place. It's where there's Geno's, and then it's like the other one that's not Geno's, and
That's Geno's, not Geno's.
or Fratelli's or Rocky's or
Okay.
Mickey's or whoever
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
And it was so hardcore because I was getting instructions from Kevin on how to do. He was going to ask if you want whiz or you don't want whiz, and I'm like, what? He's like, that's cheese.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm like, but is it cheese or is it cheese whiz? He's like, you just tell them you want whiz.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
You're not
and
gonna
you like you eat it standing, like you order it and they're like yelling at you, and it's
Yeah.
like the soup Nazi thing,
Yeah.
and you get it, and it's like amazing, but you're like standing. And there was like a room they had with all these people standing around. This is they're like these tables just that hold something like your drink, maybe
Yeah.
if you're a pansy and you got to have a drink to go with it, and everybody's just eating. And I already have a problem that I've had my entire life. I don't like food.
You don't
touching
like
my
food
face.
touching your face.
So
how
I
did
was
you do
in
that?
a pan. I just sometimes I can bear down. I can do it. Sometimes I can do it and act like a normal human being.
Yeah.
When we got back to their place, though, I went in the bathroom and I washed my face about 15 times.
With Cottonelle?
No, because that's not down there.
No, it's not.
But yeah, I like cheesesteaks. I like Rocky.
Yeah.
I don't like that color green. I like the color red of the Chiefs.
Yeah.
I like Mahomes.
Mm.
I like the one guy that said the rhymes and all the stuff against Cincinnati. You
Kelsey?
said, yeah, that
Kelsey,
guy. What
yeah.
did he say?
He told them to shut their mouth. Shut their
Okay.
mouth. Yeah. Yeah. What a that's more like a haiku.
Yeah.
The rhymes. You like the guy that would do the gangster rap. Yeah, he was good. Wiki, wiki, wiki.
I've always like I said, I'll shut up in a minute, but like I've always, ever since Andrew got us into the Kansas City Chiefs,
Mm-hmm.
and then we watched him, and I was just impressed with how many times he was just like, run.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa,
I know.
he can't do that.
That was badass.
yeah.
That was just
It's like there's nobody to throw to. I'm just gonna go.
yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's amazing.
This portion of Irritable Dad Syndrome is brought to you by Whoppers All-Beef Footlong Hot Dogs. Had a crazy day? Are the kids driving you nuts? And the boss is climbing on your ass waiting for you to work late again? I'm Dave Lay, and I know the feeling. It seems like life is constantly trying to rip me a new one. And this always happens on my night to make dinner. So what do? I'll tell you, Sally. I throw some Whoppers All-Beef Footlong Hot Dogs on the grill. And just like that, everybody's happy. Whoppers are made from pure beef with no fillers or preservatives. They're packed full of flavor, and they're perfect for any meal or a late-night snack. Get a ruler and measure it yourself. If your hot dog isn't a foot long, they'll refund your money, guaranteed. So after this podcast is over, run out and grab a package of Whoppers all-beef foot-long hot dogs. You'll be glad you did.
Hey, speaking of Philadelphia cheesesteak and Kansas City barbecue,
Okay.
I lost 6 pounds.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I told you it was several weeks ago.
Okay.
Okay, it was Thanksgiving Day that I sliced my thumb up really, really good.
Yeah.
I went in for the stitches. That hurt like a mamma jamma. When I got the stitches out, they said, hey, while you're here, since we never do a physical on you, and you're never here, let's throw you up on the scale, look under the hood, see what's going on.
Yeah.
And I found out that I was the heaviest I'd ever been. Okay.
Really?
I did not like how much I weighed. Today was the first day. I stopped. I didn't completely stop, but we went out to eat Sunday, and I had a soda, a Coke but I haven't drank any soda besides that at the house. I have no soda at the house.
Okay.
And there was actually a day. Are you sitting down?
Yes.
I went a whole day without having any sugar.
No, you didn't.
I'd had, if you count the cream, the little bit of cream I had in my
I'm not
coffee,
one of those weirdos.
I had no sugar.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
I didn't snack.
Yeah.
So I have, I've cut back extremely low on my soda intake.
Okay.
And like today, I was like, I'm hungry. I'm going to go get a granola bar. Nope. I didn't get a snack.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've lost 6 pounds.
Congratulations.
So thank you. I'm trying to do better. I'm really, really, really trying to do better.
Cool. Did you lose? You did the Orange Theory thing. Are you thinking about getting back into that?
No, I hated
Exercise
Orange
thing like
Theory.
that? Okay.
I didn't mind the exercise. The music drove me absolutely crazy. And the woman who was running the class was getting on my every last nerve.
So I want to share with you something that I've learned. This will be the health section of our podcast. It's been 128 episodes, and it's the first time we've ever talked about have something to share about health. So I've done cardio, I've run, I've lifted weights, the whole thing.
Yeah.
Not recently.
Yeah. That was just today.
But I always tell people, and it's the truth, and I told my doctor the same thing, is it's more for my mental health than it is for my physical health. Like,
right.
If I can't exercise, I start getting weird. Like, I'm already weird.
Yeah.
But I start getting like not depressed, but I start changing.
Yeah.
I need to get that energy out.
I get that.
And I've been struggling with this whole hernia situation because I can't do what I normally do.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even so I was looking for other things that I can do. And there was a person, I don't want to call him a gentleman because I don't even know, can you say gentleman anymore? It's like, is that boomerish?
Are you asking?
Is it boomerish?
No. I thought you were wondering if that was offensive.
No, I don't, offensive, whatever.
Right.
There's 127 episodes of me being offensive.
Okay.
So I'm not going to start worrying about it now.
Right.
I just don't want to sound like a boomer. There's a dude on TikTok, and he basically said, you can burn 600 calories or between 400 and 600 calories just by getting on a treadmill and walking at 15 degrees 3 miles an hour for, I think it was 30 minutes. I'm like, well, that sounds easy. I got on the treadmill and I did that and I made it for about 2 minutes.
Yeah.
But then through the course of about a month or two, I was building up. I would say, well, I'm going to go at 5 degrees for 5 minutes and then another 5 degrees. And eventually I got to the point where I was able to do that.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mess you up too much. You're not straining anything.
Right.
You're not hurting your hernia situation, which is what I was worried about. And you're done in 30 minutes. And I can tell you that even when I was working out very heavy and hard, it was a good day if I could get up to 600 or 700 calories. Yeah. Unless I'm like running stupid amounts, but I'm not doing that right now.
Yeah.
But that's a good way. Orange Theory, the hell with the entirety of that.
God love them, but I mean,
and
I needed a beginner, not a beginner course, but I needed something in between starting out and going full. Because it was just.
I also did.
I remember the first time I did Origins Theory, and this lady looked at me, she goes, "Did you love it?" And I said, "No, I did not."
Well, I've also done. You've heard of P90X?
Yeah.
I did that for a while. And had the workouts on video, and each workout's like 45 minutes long, and it took a long time.
Yeah.
The one workout that I remember specifically was plyometrics, and it was supposed to be the most intense because the guy, Tony, whatever his name is, keeps saying, "This is the X in P90X.
Jesus, shut
We're
up.
going to get it rolling.
Who
I don't
farted?
want any excuses from any of you." I could lip
He
sync the
can't
entire
hear
thing.
you doing any excuses.
He was,
You're not in the same room.
but the first time I did that
Dumbass.
video, I made it 5 minutes.
yeah,
And then it was the same thing. And it took me a long time to get all the way through it.
yeah.
I was like, I ain't nobody got time for that anymore. That was 30-something-year-old Mike. This is 40-plus-year-old
Yeah.
Mike. Mike, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
But even on those, it was like 700 calories. I'm like,
Yeah.
I can get the same thing just walking on this puppy.
Yeah. Well, Libby and I did the whole 40 one time.
Okay.
And
What is the whole 40?
the whole 40 is where you go 40 days with no carbs, no sugars, no. And I was, dude, I was miserable.
Yeah.
I was just literally like, it's like, hey, Darin, good morning. I'll kill you. By day 3, I was like, look, I'm adding dairy. I can't do this. I can't stand having no flavor at all with things that I drink. So I added, and I drink 1% milk. Okay, sue me. It's like it's not going to kill you to drink 1% milk. So I added that to my diet.
Yeah.
And I lost weight on it. But the problem with the whole 40 was you go to the grocery store and you buy the squash and you buy the
Squash.
Yeah,
I'm out.
If you buy the,
I'm done.
You've never had spaghetti squash?
Mm-mm.
Okay,
I'm done.
here's spaghetti squash.
I'm
You
gone.
get the big ass yellow squash. Takes forever to cut that son of a. Okay,
Yeah.
and then you shred it, and it looks like spaghetti.
Okay.
Okay, and it's actually pretty good.
Okay.
but it takes you about an hour to prep and to do all
Yeah.
this stuff with the
No.
squash, and then it makes enough for 2 meals. Okay, 2 small meals at that.
Yeah.
Okay, so Libby and I were doing this, and we're prepping. We're cutting the vegetables. We're slicing this. We're doing that. We're making the salmon patties.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay. And then I tried them, and then I got to where I could kind of do them.
Yeah.
And then I was like, no. But you would prep and prep and prep and prep. And that gives you enough food for 2 days. And then
Okay.
you're going back to the store and you're buying all this stuff again. Our whole entire refrigerator was
Yeah.
full of
Prep-
Tupperware.
yeah,
and
shit,
it's just,
yeah.
And I'm
Let me
like,
help
and
you
I was
out.
miserable.
Let me help you out again.
Okay. Take it from Uncle Mike.
Are you a guy that could
Yes, I am.
eat the same thing for over and over
Yeah.
for a few days?
Yeah.
Okay. You'll like this then. This is what I do. Like if I'm getting back on the wagon,
Yeah.
get yourself the Ninja grill. You know what I'm talking about? The Ninja Foodie grill.
Yeah,
We got
yeah.
one up on the thing.
Yeah.
That's an investment, but basically what it lets you do is grill anything inside. I mean, you can get it like a George Foreman grill and do the same thing.
Yeah, we've got a George Foreman grill.
But the Ninja grill, it tastes like something from the outdoor. It's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And all I do when I'm on it, when I'm doing my thing, I just buy the chicken breasts. Okay.
Breast.
Yeah.
Breast.
You come in, you beat a breast,
What the hell did you just say?
Oh.
with the meat tenderizer.
Okay,
Beat
okay.
shit out of it. And then you toss that thing in the foodie grill.
Yeah.
It's got a little temperature thing. You just tell it the temperature you want to be at, and you walk away from it for 20 or 30
Wait,
minutes.
you just walk away?
You're just done.
Just walk away.
You don't do shit.
Wow.
You're not flipping anything. You're not checking anything. It's monitoring the temperature or whatever. All you're doing in that other 20 minutes that you have is get your can of green beans
Yeah.
or your can of spinach, because I dig spinach. Put in a little thing.
Okay.
Heat that up. There is your dinner.
Yeah.
20 minutes.
Bam.
25 because you got to beat your chicken.
Okay.
Hello.
Sorry, I'm
gotta-
late. I had to beat my chicken.
Yeah, that's right. You got to bag your chicken and beat it.
And beat it,
and
yeah.
then
Just
put it
beat
in
it.
there.
Yeah.
But it's the easiest thing.
Okay.
And,
to
but
try
if you're open to eating the same thing,
Yeah.
I've been getting sexy with it lately.
Oh.
I'll cut the chicken up when it comes out
Uh-huh.
and put it on a sandwich and make
Yeah.
a chicken sandwich. Better.
Or you can cut the strips up and put it in a salad
I've done that as well.
with hard-boiled eggs.
yeah. That takes. See, now you have to have another.
Well, then you got and you got to crack the eggs.
The thing I
You gotta
do
the
is
thing.
I
Do you have a hard-boiled egg slicer?
maybe.
I love my hard-boiled egg slicer.
My problem is that I will make a whole bunch of hard-boiled eggs and then forget that I have them.
This
and
is
they
what our
go bad.
podcast has turned into,
Yeah.
folks. Hard-boiled egg slicers and beating our chicken. Jim Timmerman's on the thing. I wanted to mention he had a question.
Oh, yeah.
He asked, "Dear Irritable Dad Syndrome, I would like to know if there are any autographed copies of the Rundown available."
Ooh.
And he says, and he asked if maybe that could possibly be a thing. He doesn't work for us.
No.
Okay.
No.
He's not on staff.
Yeah.
He doesn't volunteer, but he constantly sends us good ideas. And so I'm going to throw that out there.
Yeah.
If there's anybody out there who would like an autographed copy of one of the rundowns of the show, or, I mean, we don't have any pictures.
No.
We don't have anything else, but we would print off a rundown of the show and autograph it if you want. But yeah, if you want one, just send a request to us on our Facebook page at Irritable Dad Syndrome.
Something that we're going to be doing on St. Patrick's Day is a stream with Letterman and you two.
Yep.
And I'm wanting to do like a charity thing just because I want to do something nice. So I'm looking for suggestions. I have an idea of a charity that I would like to give to. And I will talk to Darin about any that he would like to donate to. But if you guys have any ideas, send them in. You know, send us ideas of what you would like to see.
Yeah.
Maybe we can split up. You know, maybe we'll get like $3 or $4 donated.
Yeah.
But send $1 to this one, $1 to that one, or whatever.
You know, before we go, you mentioned Michael Flannery's on the thing.
He is.
I did a comedy show with Michael Flannery. And you came out to it. I bombed hard.
You didn't bomb. You didn't bomb.
So it was, well, thank you for saying that. But it was one of those nights where I do my stand-up comedy and I'm wondering, why do I do this? Why would I do this? Here's the thing. And I think I told you about this earlier, but I'm up there doing my bits and I have a horrible memory. Okay. I have to keep notes with me. I have to, because if I don't, my brain goes completely blank.
Yeah.
And then I totally forget what my next thing was. And then it throws me off. And I have tried and tried and tried. I have spent, I remember I did a show once and I spent a good 2 weeks on this one routine. And I swear to God, I still skipped over a part of my act, this one part that led to something else. So I just keep my notes with me.
Yeah.
And then that's just, it is what it is. I'm, you know, until I can figure that out, I'm going to have to think. But I'm up there doing my jokes and I hear laughter. There's some in the back. It's scattered around the thing. There's a woman sitting immediately to my right and she's got this great smile on her face. She's having a blast.
Yeah.
Okay. She and her husband are really enjoying it. She's got like ding, like in her eyes and she's just really enjoying it. Then I hear a table over to my left. They're fine. And but there's this dude with his arms crossed, and he's just staring at me like
it wasn't me, everybody.
Right?
It wasn't me.
He's just staring at me like, when are you going to say anything remotely interesting, comical, something? He was just like, and I couldn't shake this guy. And I think he may be the same person who wrote that we need to be funny in the first 2 minutes.
I have never done stand up. I would like to at some point.
I think you
but
should.
I've never done it.
Yeah.
So you experientially are like eons beyond me. So who am I to give advice?
Right.
But what I can say is that I'm a big fan of comedy.
Yeah.
So I listen to some comedians just to get the timing down. I was listening to Tom Segura today.
Yeah.
Just for the timing. Like I know all of his material, but I like how he does the timing. But from what I know and from what I've seen is, I think it was Bill Burr and Louis C.K. and there was another comedian. They were talking about the biggest bombing moments they had and how much they learned from bombing.
Right.
And how, and then you watched the interview with between Joe Rogan and Louis C.K. and they were talking about how every audience teaches you something about your material.
Yeah.
So Louis, I mean, you can tell from his act, you know, I love that I heard that interview and then, you know, see his act.
Yeah.
You can tell he's offended the out of people on his way to get to this piece of comedy. He even says like he won't have the same affect that he should have. He's saying something really horrible, but he's doing it with a smile because he knows what's coming. He's just like, just trust me, it's gonna get funny.
Oh yeah.
But you know, there's been all kinds of shows leading up to that where it hasn't worked.
Yeah.
So that audience, in my opinion, was not your audience.
Yeah.
They weren't there for you. And I was watching how they were reacting to the other comedians that were there. I mean, Michael Flannery always cracks me up.
Yeah.
No matter
he's
what.
Brilliant.
I mean, as you do it more, I think you get more ammunition to be able to adapt to whatever crowd you're dealing with. And then I invite you to once again, and it's always been up on YouTube. It's there for years, and it will always be there, is the Bill Burr reacting to the Philadelphia incident.
Oh, yeah.
Where if Bill Burr cannot get a crowd to laugh at him, and then he has to resort to basically abusing them for 15 minutes straight.
Yeah.
I mean, that's there for therapy, I think. It's like what to do when you just cannot win over the crowd. You are Bill frickin' Burr, and you still can't get the crowd on your side, then abuse them.
Oh no, yeah, I've seen shows that Norm Macdonald was dying at, and so and I'm not by any means comparing myself to them. Well, and you know what? I'll do it again. I will do stand up again.
Yeah,
I absolutely will do it again.
Yeah,
and but this time. I remember when I did the show at the Liberty Center, the Funny Bone.
Yeah.
And it just did not go, and I was just livid. Oh, I just couldn't stand it. I hated it. I was so upset because I practiced for so long and it just went horribly.
Uh-huh.
And so, it's like the other night, I went back and I watched the tape and there was laughs. People did enjoy it. Yeah. And I could see smiles in the crowd. It wasn't amazing, but it wasn't, what I'd hoped. But I'm not, going to just, oh God, I'm never doing this again. Mm-hmm. I'll do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of a advantage. I don't know that like professional comedians have traveling to all different places.
Yeah.
I think you would be much different. Let's just say you went on a tour across the United States. Mm-hmm. You're playing in Burrowtown, Kansas City.
At Burrowhead Stadium.
You don't give a shit. Like if there's nobody there that knows you,
right?
You'd be willing to try stuff out and just do whatever.
Yeah.
And then you go to Puckettsville, Maine.
Yeah.
And then Johannesburg, Sebastianville.
Yeah.
Or whatever. All these places. By the time you came back around to where we are now, you would probably have the material that you left with would be sharpened to a fine point.
Yeah,
and you would have dropped off the stuff that just doesn't work anywhere.
Yeah, I performed so little, but the last thing I did in my set, I had done once before, and it went okay.
Yeah.
And then it went better this time. So, yeah. So, anyway. Yeah. Well, listen, we are over time. We want to thank you for listening. And, hey, you know what? St. Patrick's Day, we're going to do our Irritable Dad Syndrome event.
Yes.
David Letterman, you two are going to be in the same show. Mike and I are going to live stream it. We will have details with you, for you, in the
coming weeks.
I
may or may not dress as a leprechaun.
Yeah, I'm going to wear a green shirt, and that's about where we're going to leave it, though. So, but we're looking forward to that. We hope that you're looking forward to that, too. Yeah. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
So, go to Facebook.
Yes.
Subscribe.
Yeah.
And
follow us.
Please follow us and please send us a review.
Yeah.
We would greatly appreciate it.
Review us on Apple Podcasts. If you listen to us on Apple Podcasts, then put a review on there. If you don't listen to us on Apple Podcasts, then go to Apple Podcasts and listen to us there and give us a review.
Exactly. Yeah. So, take care, and we hope to see you next week on Irritable Dad Syndrome.
Irritable Dad Syndrome is a Mike Odell, Darin Cox production. Copyright 2023. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or account of this podcast without the express written consent of Mike Odell or Darin Cox or me, I'm Dave Lay, is strictly prohibited. Yeah, this is the same clothes we did last week. Got a problem? Sue me. And thank you.
Rockabye Baby, it's my favorite song about babies falling out of trees. Now, I know there's not a lot of songs out there in competition with Rockabye Baby. But still. And I know, like, the song, it's never charted. Like, Pearl Jam has never done a cover of it. They never closed the show with it. But still, this song has lasted the test of time, despite its lyrics. So, here it goes. It's like Rockabye Baby in the treetop. What the hell's a baby doing at the top of a tree? Babies don't climb trees, okay? Babies don't look at a tree and think, oh, hey, I'm gonna go climb that. They have no upper body strength. They have no dexterity. At the best, a baby might be able to put its arms on the tree and do one of these things, right? What am I doing? I need to stop this. So, Rockabye Baby in the treetop, when the wind blows, the cradle will rock. What in the hell is a cradle doing in the top of a tree is a better question. I mean, this requires like a ladder, scaffolding, a pulley system, more than one person. It's like, hey, tomorrow I'm going to put this cradle up top of the tree. You want to come join me? Sure. Why? I don't know. Let's do this. When the bough breaks, what do they call it, a branch? The cradle will fall. This is not going to end well. And down will come cradle and all. Thank you. What the hell? Where were the police? Right, where was the investigation? How come this wasn't on Nightline? Baby in cradle falls out of tree. Now, if you guys aren't comfortable, has anybody had a baby that fell out of a tree? If so, I apologize. What did the police say? Hey, we should write a song about this. Right?
But still, despite all that, they took the song, and what do? They sing it to babies to put them asleep, and I think that's disgusting. Thank you very much.